Hey, Pleasant View Youth, it's Joseph. I miss you like crazy. It's been a long time. Going a little stir crazy not seeing you. So I've decided to create something I'm going to call Joseph and the Saturday Night Special. So tonight, I want to share with you a few thoughts. And first, I want to introduce you to some friends of mine. This here is Limited. She's a sweetie. She likes her neck rubbed, but don't pat her on top of the head, all right? And my thought was, Limited has plans. Let me tell you about Limited's plans. Tonight, Limited and all her girls, the plan, there's one right there too. Check that one out. What's that one's name?
Molasses.
Molasses, that's Molasses. So we got Limited and what's the white one's name?
Splenda
and Gail, and then Molasses. All right, so that now you introduce them to all of them. Their plans tonight are to go inside this barn. We're gonna give them some little vittles. They're gonna eat and they're gonna sleep and poop and drink and that kind of thing. That's their plans for this evening. Tomorrow they got bigger plans. Tomorrow they're gonna get out here and they're gonna graze amongst the grass, and then they're gonna do some more sleeping, eating, and pooping. So as far as an alpaca goes, that's their plans. And my thought was this, guys: how many of your plans have been altered because of all this crazy stuff that's going on? I imagine a lot of our plans are, right? We've canceled school for a while. We've canceled possibly graduations and tests. We've canceled church. We can't even go to the movies anymore. So life is totally different, and our plans have been impacted. And I want you to know that's a big deal. I understand that. It's not a little thing that our plans have been impacted. That's a big, big deal. But I want to tell you a quick story about a guy in the Bible named Jeremiah, and I want you to hear how his plans were affected and what he had to say about it. So, pan over here to my holder, my what do you call it, Bible verse holder. Say hi, Wyatt.
Hi.
All right, let's read this verse, and you guys know this verse. Let's hear it. For I know the plans I have for you, declares. That says declares, not Dolores. Bethany did a really good job writing it, but it does look like Dolores. So let's start over. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. Jeremiah 29:11. So, we've all heard this verse before, right? And it's the verse that everyone comes out with when things are going bad. Hey, God has great plans for us. And guys, it's so true. But did you know there's more to this verse? If you look before verse 11 and after it, you'll realize that Jeremiah wrote this verse, was part of the chapter going to all the Israelites in captivity. They were in exile in Babylon. And the king Nebuchadnezzar, everyone say Nebuchadnezzar 3 times fast. You guys ready? Nebuchadnezzar. Hey, that's pretty good. You did a good job, yeah. The king Nebuchadnezzar stole all the Israelites, and they took them, and they were in exile. For years and years and years, all these Israelites were in exile. They were away from home. And the problem is, they couldn't, not a problem. Oh, shoot, I messed up. I was doing so well. Anyways, I'll keep going. This is the deal. They were in exile just like some of us feel like we're in exile right now, right? We're in exile from school. We're in exile from friends. We're in exile from the movies and church and all these different activities that we want to do. But guys, I want you to hear that God has good plans for us. Even though our plans have been tweaked, even though our plans have been changed, the things that we wanted to do have been altered, God still has good plans for us. And the key is to go after God's plans and not our plans. So now change the verse. Don't look at it yet, though. Okay, good. Let me tell you a quick story, and then I'm going to wrap up. About 15 years ago, I want to tell you about some plans that I had. I had plans back in 2004 to start a business, to make enough money to where I could retire by the time I was 50 and not have to work very hard anymore. That was my plan. And man, 2004, we started this airplane paint business, and we were rolling and blowing and going. And then all of a sudden, 2008 and 2009 came, and the economy crashed. The economy tanked. And we thought that we were totally safe from all this economy stuff and the recession. We thought we were totally safe. That's how dumb we were. And come to find out, we weren't safe at all. We lost a lot of money. I had to fire a lot of guys that worked for me for a long time, many years. And we lost a house, had to give a house back to the bank. It was a terrible, terrible time financially. And guys, I sat around a long time, a lot of times I sat around saying, God, why am I in this place right now? I was doing so good, and all of a sudden, because of this economy, I'm doing terrible now. I lost all this money, God. What's up with that? Why did my plans not work? And guys, that's the key right there. They were my plans and they weren't God's plans. And think about it. If we had been successful there in Arizona and doing all these different things that we had plans for, I'd have never been here. And I'd never met you guys. And you guys couldn't have impacted my life like you have. And I love you for that. And I do miss you guys so much. Let me wrap up with my life verse right here. Good job, Wyatt. Proverbs 3, 5, and 6. I tell you guys this all the time. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will direct. Notice how she puts the arrows there? It's pretty cool. He will direct your paths. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Guys, when we lost so much out there in Arizona, when we struggled during the recession, this verse became so real to me because I had to give all my trust to the Lord. I couldn't trust in my plans. I couldn't trust in Joseph's plans. I had to trust in the Lord's plans. And right now, that never applied as much as it does right now. We don't know what's happening with all this different crazy stuff, everyone getting sick and all these different things, and our lives totally changed, right? Our plans have been totally changed. Just like these alpaca girls. Look at them real quick. They're waiting for their dinner. We're late. They're waiting for their dinner. Their plans have been altered. They're getting upset. We're the same way. We get upset when our plans get changed. And I want you to hear this right now, and I'm done, and I'll shut up and I'll say goodnight. Make sure that your plan is God's plan. Make sure you're following the plan that God wants you to do, not the selfish plan that we have for ourselves. Start loving everybody else. Start looking out to what you can do. Start being a servant for others. I love you guys, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.